Boston is a great city for bikes, but there's some room for improvement. We have dedicated lights for cyclists, which never turn green.
Almost 10 minutes now, and this bike light has not turned green once.
We have separated bike lanes, which don't get plowed when it snows. And we have temporary bike lanes made from traffic cones, which end up getting thrown into Charles.
Not cool, Boston.
But the worst of Boston's bike infrastructure are these sharrows, the little bike markings painted onto the street. Sharrows are supposed to make roads safer for cyclists, but they end up doing the opposite. Allow me to explain why. According to a study done by the University of Colorado, sharrows actually make a road more dangerous for bicyclists compared to doing nothing at all. Sharrows make it sound like you're supposed to share the lane. A lot of people think that means the cyclist needs to squeeze into this little space on the right side of the lane so cars can just cruise by business as usual. But if you do that, you'll either A, get sideswiped since you have about 6 inches of clearance, or B, get doored by a parked car. What makes more sense is to take up the whole lane. That way you have more space and cars need to change lanes to pass you. Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 85, Section 11B. Every person operating a bicycle upon a way, as defined in Section 1 of Chapter 90, shall have the right to use all public ways in the Commonwealth. What does that mean? It means that sharrows signify a road is for shared use. Both cars and bikes may use the road. Cyclists are legally empowered to use the entire lane anywhere there are sharrows. And if you are a cyclist, you should use the entire lane, because it's safer than trying to squeeze next to a super wide SUV with a 30-foot blind spot. Have you ever been hit by a car?
Well,
Have you ever felt unsafe while riding a bike?
yes, I've definitely been made to feel unsafe while riding my bike.
I was biking from my apartment to campus,
So there's been many times I think that I've felt unsafe.
and a car opened its door directly in front of me.
And a car just so happened to be going 60 miles per hour on a 25.
I would have either hit the car or hit a barrier to my right side.
Had to swerve and brake so quickly that I flew over my handlebars into the street.
They hit my back tire and one of my feet, and then I just flipped over.
I had to go to the hospital immediately. There were fire trucks and ambulance, and I had a really deep bone bruising and scrapes all along my arm that didn't heal for months.
I was hit by a car a few months ago, and it feels like every time I ride my bike in the city, I have a near miss with a car. And even though I know to ride in the center of the lane, there's always going to be some car laying on their horn behind me because they don't know the law. So it's time to get this message out to those who really need to hear it.
Prefiro ser essa metamorfose ambulante. Eu prefiro ser essa metamorfose ambulante do que ter aquela velha opinião formada sobre tudo. Do que ter aquela velha opinião formada sobre tudo. Eu quero dizer agora o oposto do que eu disse antes. Eu prefiro ser essa metamorfose ambulante do que ter aquela velha opinião formada sobre tudo. Do que ter aquela velha opinião formada sobre tudo. Sobre o que é o amor, sobre que eu nem sei quem sou. Se hoje eu sou estrela, amanhã já se apagou. Se hoje eu te odeio, amanhã lhe tenho amor. Lhe tenho amor, lhe tenho horror. Lhe faço amor, eu sou um ator. É chato chegar a um objetivo num instante. Eu quero viver nessa metamorfose.